Welcome back to the first podcast. In our previous episode, we spoke about Africa, parental guidance, and education. How our education system has got sour, wacko, and affecting the kids out there today, the youth, the teenagers. And we expect the best of them when they grow up. What are we installing in them? We realize that most of our kids today grow up not just in love, but there is a fear backing that love out of them. So we end up having adults that are unable to think for themselves. We end up growing up and having friends that are adults that are unable to take decisions for themselves. And we end up growing up with adults that are so fearful. And then you go like, where does all this fear comes from? If you want to catch up with everything we've spoken about, parental guidance, education system, and also how it affects us in society, roll back to our previous episode, then you will understand what we're about to talk on this second division of the first podcast. On my right, our lovely lady, sweet. I know you guys love her with her beautiful accent. You can. And my other co-host that will be joining us today on the seat, odd seat. It's an odd seat. This thing is affecting us in society. And it shouldn't be one person's opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, we should have diverse opinion.
Yeah,
and also talk about what is affecting you in society, affecting you as a lady, and how I also grew up and also affected me in society.
Yes.
Peter.
Thank you, the Fro himself. First of all, I want to thank the audience for really paying attention and for following us on the previous episodes. And hopefully you'll be getting more educative and interactive section with us and with Mr. Fro here, the African society, how it has been affecting us, the individual, the children, the youth, the adults, because when you talk about society, it's not just about the children. It affects everybody because it starts with us as a kid, and we grow up and emerge in that same society. So now, I would read from my phone because I've written it down. It's a very serious point. I want everybody to really interact on this particular point because it's something that we should always talk about. We should also put in practice, and we should really add context to it so that it will become something we'll gradually grow out from, right? So back to that, I would say society has effect on us, both positively and negatively. Why have I said that? What originates the African culture is the society we grew out from, right? That's what makes us African. So if we had grown up in the US, we have the US culture. If we've grown up in, let's say, Abu Dhabi, we'll have an Abu Dhabi culture. It is the society that makes us what we are. So talking on that, I have 2 points to raise, and I want that when I raise this point, let's just talk. Everybody feel free. Let's know what you have experienced as a person during this topic. So the number one is African society makes it seems that parents are always right. And this goes a long way to jump out of respect to fear, because even if your parent makes mistake, you can't correct them, right? And if they accuse you of something you didn't do, you just have to keep your mouth shut. So you get to that point where you know that, oh, mommy, you've done it wrong.
So now, what you are now saying, Peter, on the show is we should tell the youth out there to start disrespecting their parents.
No, that's the society I'm talking about.
No, that's what he's saying.
Do you understand what is going
on?
That's
what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So if my mom said something that is a lie in the midst of people, you want me to tell my mom that she's lying?
No, that's where you are getting.
But if I don't tell my mom if I don't remind my mom she's lying, then I'm lying.
That's where the relationship,
Oh, so I should cover her for my mom.
No.
Even though she lies
You
in the
wouldn't cover.
public.
You wouldn't cover for
So I
your
should
mom.
cover. Are you guys saying I should always cover for my parents?
No. I'm not. That's not what we are saying.
But that's what I should do.
No. That's where
my mom just lied.
That's where
to
the
people.
That's where the relationship thing comes about.
Okay.
Now, when you know your mom, when you and your mom or your dad has that kind of communicational relationship,
okay,
or communicable relationship, for example, now you know when your mom tells lie, right? And for example, when your mom lies when you are home, you'll be like, you make a face.
Okay, so we should keep saying,
No. She knows. That's the relationship.
What do you guys want me to say?
I want you to get the fact.
Okay, what's the fact?
It all started from building a relationship with your mom, right?
Okay.
Learning how to communicate with your parents.
Okay.
And them understanding you and them being your best friend for you to be able to open up to them, right? Yeah. Now, when these things are all in steps, right?
Okay.
Now, when you've established that fact or that relationship with your parents, you are now free with them, right? They are like your best friend. So imagine your best friend saying things that are wrong.
Peter, it's not going to happen.
No, let's
just forget about it. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not going to happen later.
No, Mr. Fro, that's what I'm saying.
You expect an African parents,
yes,
to have a relationship with their kids,
yes,
whereby even if their parents flirt in the midst of possibly a family gathering, you want a child. You want a child. You want a child. You want a child.
That's where we get the point.
We're not saying that it's in the human nature to lie.
Okay.
But we are saying if she's going to lie such in a way that I'm not saying I'm supposed we're in a family gathering. I just can say, hey, mom, you're lying. Come on, why are you lying like that?
But just tell mom she's lying.
No.
Be plain about it.
No.
So next time she wouldn't lie there anymore. Oh my God, you guys!
Your own mom, I wouldn't do that to you in public or any other person in public. You cannot share with someone like that.
Even you can't do it to someone who is not even your mom.
Friend, yes.
Just a friend, you can't do that to your friend.
So that means what we are saying here right now, it's okay to lie.
No. The point is not just on lying.
Yeah.
Right? The point
it's
is not
okay
just
to cover up for your parents because you're trying to build a relationship with them.
No.
So tomorrow when you mess up, they also covers
Let me tell you, Mr. Fro, whilst you are in a relationship already with even anyone, not just your parents, you try your possible best to cover them up and try to make sure they don't flood.
All right.
You understand? So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, whilst your mom understands you and you understand your mom, and your mom says something that you know that, oh, this one there is so deep. Sometimes you tap.
All right.
Sometimes people tap their parents.
Right.
Sometimes people be like, because you have that gesture relationship with your parents, they already know what you're trying to say.
Saying,
so they pick up
communication.
I'm just trying to say everybody has their own way of communicating with their parents. Yeah. So this is what an African parent should do, right? We are talking about what African parents should do. First of all, the number one thing is build a relationship, right? Number two thing is during the building of this relationship, you understand. So it works in hands.
African parents don't do
this. Yes, that's what we are saying.
It's not even just about they don't do it. African parents don't give a damn.
That's what we are saying.
If you have friends out there whom you share your stuff with, you're close to, you even carry your family issues to them. African parents don't give a damn.
So
African parents are not ready to have that friendship, that relationship with their kids.
I think they are.
They are not ready.
They are, but they just don't know how to go around.
I'm paying your school fees. I should not come and sit you down and say, baby boy,
That's just how they know things are supposed to be done.
Yes.
You just don't wake up one day in the morning and start doing things in a particular way. It's a process. That's how they were brought up. They didn't know any other way that things are supposed to be done. They just know as a child, my parents are providing for me point blank period. That is all I need.
That's enough love. That's the love they love.
That's
here.
love.
That's love.
Love to them is just school fees being paid, making
food
sure
on the table.
I'm dressed. That's it. I have and for me to reciprocate that love to them is just doing my best in school and performing. That's life in a normal household, like in an African household. So they don't know the emotional part of things. That's what we're trying to say.
No, that's where all this comes. So when you
emotion part.
Yes, when you are emotionally connected to your parent, and they know when you have your gestures, right? Now, when your mom does something that is wrong and you feel like it's not right for you to correct it in the midst of other people, you sometimes put up these gestures because you people have built that relationship. You've emotionally attached to yourself that you know when this gestures comes up. So sometimes some people will be like, Mom, I want to use the restroom. And you know that your child normally doesn't use people's restroom when you are outside, right? So he follows you, be like, okay, me too, I want to use the restroom. He knows, he has this emotional connection with you that, or he has this simplification that, okay, you want to say something, and you don't want to say it.
So how do African youth or kids, grow up to understand that aspect of knowing how to either, because you just said something. Yeah. You said our parents were brought up that way. Yeah. That is what they know. And that is what they are also doing to their kids. Yeah. So they are repeating the same trend. So we need the kids now to break that cycle.
Yes.
Because it's an evil cycle.
Yes.
So how do the kids now break that cycle?
Now, because first of all, we have social media. Mm-hmm. One, we have the educational system. Now, if you would backdate the educational system to in the 17s, you will understand that there are some certain things that we know now that was not back then.
They are taught then. Yeah.
Yes, they were never taught. They
17 is even too far.
Yes,
19, just 19, yeah.
Even the late 2000s,
yes.
the late 2000s, there were some certain things that is taught now that were not taught those days. Yeah. So this exemplary kind, I would say the 20th century, we live in the social life, the exemplary life, and everybody wants to seek out their own opinion, right? You want yourself to be heard. Yeah. So because you want yourself to be heard, you also want to listen to what other people have to say. So because of that, we learn to approach a new lifestyle. You see, the life itself, it evolves, it changes.
Yeah. You
understand? So we don't stay at a place for a long period of time. Yeah. So that is what is happening. The circle of Africans, we the Africans, that our circle is changing.
Okay.
You understand? The pattern at which our parents grew up is not the pattern at which we are growing up.
So are you now saying that the parents are not noticing that it's changing?
They are not. I would say some are not really noticing. Now, let me say, my mom is very young. Mm-hmm. She's evolving. She knows about internet. She knows about social media. So she goes through some of those stuff. So sometimes I realize that even my mom wanting to talk to me, she has some respect. Different from before.
Yeah, because
yes,
back then your parents don't give a fuck about how you feel.
My mom will be like, hey, he doesn't want to know whether your friends are there. Please go and watch the plate. How come you're a dirty boy? He talks to you because he pays your bills. Right? Yeah. Even now, if my mom even pays my bills right now, when my friends are there, he signals me, P, 1 minute. You see, now there has been a change from, hey, you, why didn't you watch the plate and stuff? It's like 1 minute. He seeks my consent and takes me away from my friends so that I will gain their respect and I'll also gain her trust. Right. Because at this point in time, I know that, my mom would never embarrass me in public. Yeah. Be whatever it is. Okay. You understand? So that is that kind of relationship. She's been socialized. She's been in that media space.
Because you just said yourself, your mom is too young.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
She's below 50.
But no, she's more than 50.
She's more than 50?
Yeah, she's more than 50. So I would say she's in a middle.
But talking about percentage of those that are above 50, with these kind of ideas, talking about that percentage, you'd be like, it wasn't 90 degrees out of 100. So because now we live in the 21st century. When we're talking about somebody who is 50 years old, you're talking about someone who was born possibly in the 60s. Yeah. Possibly. Yes. In the 60s, right?
Yes.
Now, we're talking about those that were born in the 40s, in the 50s. We still have parents that are born in the 40s, in the 50s. But are alive.
Looking at the cycle of life right now, 78% of the people that are still alive are from 65 cities down. It's rare that you see people.
But you're talking about that in an age group.
Yes.
What about things that are being deposited from this to this? So the same old ideas, no matter, even though they are dead, the same old ideas is being removed from those one, installed in this. And this generation parents are installing that in their kids too as well.
I want to give you an illustration. Now, you're using an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
And will you tell me that everything in iPhone 6 is an iPhone 14?
Probably not. Just a couple of things change. Yeah.
So that is the emulation. That is how we are all evolving, right? Now, you can't tell me that every character in my mother's age bracket life is in us. It's not everything. We might know how to prepare the food.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
So the parents need to understand that there are changes, which in my opinion, I still feel that even a mother, a parent who is in their 50s right now as we speak, are not ready to have this kind of conversation with their kids.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay, according to me, in my opinion, I feel like when we grow up,
Yeah.
you know, in your parents' eyes, you're still a child, but there's that age that you reach, they'll be like, you're old enough now. You understand? Like, there's this particular age that you'll get to, and they're like, now you're old enough. Just like Peter said, the way your mom is talking to you right now is not the same way she used to address you when you were a child.
Yeah.
So for the Africans, I feel like it's just the ego.
Okay.
I'll give an instance even in my family. When I was younger, it's like you're not allowed to take part in,
A lot of things are certain
something
things.
is happening, because by the end of the day, whatever is going on in the family, be it between your siblings or between your parents, it will affect me in one way or another. I'm part of the family, so if my dad and my mom are fighting, it will affect me.
Yeah.
So I cannot come and tell them, oh, you guys are fighting, it's affecting me academically, emotionally, this way. No, my point is invalid. Why? Because they think I'm a child, I'm not old enough to reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
But right now, recently, like from my life, like this recently, like when there was an issue and I was able to tell my parents, no, this is not how things are supposed to be. Like, I feel like we should take this course for this matter, and they're like, yes, you've gotten to an age like where you can talk.
Yes.
So they are ready to embrace the change, but they feel like, how can a child tell me what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's more of their ego. They feel like just because you're a child,
You just need to follow
Yeah.
instructions.
you are a child. You are
Yeah.
a child. You're not supposed to talk.
Yeah.
You're supposed to listen.
To just listen and follow
Yeah.
instructions.
And that takes us back to the society that we were talking about. Now, because Mr. Fro is saying that he disagrees with what I'm saying, right? Let me
disagree with
let
you.
me tell you why he's disagreeing. He's in the society. He's not in the family, right? Now, that takes us back to the society. You are the member of the society, but you're not in my family. You understand? So imagine that me and my mom, we give high fives when we are in the house, and I'm outside and I give my mom high five, and Mr. Fro is outside and you'll be like, hey, this boy, he doesn't respect. Yes.
Your mom is giving you high five, you too.
That's the pressure that the society also adds to the children. That makes them even more afraid to do some certain things. You understand? You know that, oh, me and my mom, we are very this kind of rubby kind of parties. You know, we play around, be like, mommy, would you take ice cream? And I rub her ice cream on her nose, or we play around with it. And I'm outside and I'll be like, mommy, do you want ice cream? And Mr. Fro will be like, hey, this boy, you don't respect or what? How can you be rubbing your mother ice cream?
And we have this kind of people in the society.
Yes,
today.
that's the eyes that you see him
Which
with.
is more. They are more
They are
than
more, yes,
those that are
yes.
having this understanding right
so
now.
if we
They are more.
don't talk about these things right now,
Yeah.
and make people understand that these things should happen.
Yeah, and this shouldn't happen.
Yes.
And you said
These
something.
things should happen.
You said something which I took a point in there. You said you get to a point in your family whereby you are allowed to talk now.
Yeah.
And they'll sit and listen to you. But you know why they are sitting and listening to you now? And why you are allowed to talk now? Because they've already instilled fear in you as a child, as a baby. And they don't expect you to come and throw some points while they are sitting and listening to you. Your parents sitting and listening to you. You still have a limit to what you can say.
Okay.
You need to understand that.
Mr. Fro, I will give Mr.
You still
Fro,
have a limit to what he can
I will
say.
give him another illustration.
No, for in that aspect, you still have a limit to what you can say.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes, if you don't speak out, if you don't let them understand, they will never know. And that's why we, the children, we are trying to like say these things, and the medias, we are trying to say it. Let the society let us be, because first of all, the way we communicate with our parents is within us. We are the ones in our house. We are the ones with our parents. We know them even better than the society does. So whilst we're on that, let me take you back to this same society effect on children. Okay. Now I want to bring the second point, which I'm reading from my phone now.
But I'm not done with the first point. We're not done with that one.
I want us to collaborate everything. I want us to collaborate everything, because it's also on the same topic, right?
Yes.
It's also on the same topic.
All
So
right.
I would let you talk. But I want to also create another point, which collaborates with what you're saying. Maybe from there you will understand what I'm saying better.
All right.
Now, is that the African society stresses more on imposing punishment rather than advice.
Okay.
Then makes children fear their parents. like what you were saying on the first part of it.
The Bible said, the Bible said, spare the rod
and spoil.
and spoil the child.
That's when the child is doing the wrong thing.
What do you mean the child is doing the wrong thing? Because now the parents have agreed to follow that scripture of not sparing the child. So they don't want to spoil them. Do you understand me? So you don't tell me that you are a child, which I know you guys have your own opinions, that's fine. You don't tell me as a child that at the age possibly 15 towards 20, and you expect me, a parent, to possibly, take you to the market, go to the market with me, which is, you wouldn't find that in African parents these days. They prefer to go with their mates or possibly alone, and forgetting that it is going to the market together with your teenager. It's where you build bonds. It is when you're able to possibly sometimes just take a half trip, journey with your children that are students.
That is the time. That is what we. That's what we.
It's not going to. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. How is it going to happen?
What's happening?
So you want me, after paying school fees, you've dressed up going to school, and you want me to now leave everything I'm doing in the morning and say, oh, baby girl, it's been a while. We took a walk together. Can I just walk you, halfway to your school? Which parents would?
It doesn't have to be when you're busy.
Thank you.
So you're saying it's something.
You can't
Thank
tell me
you.
you've been hey, why are you working for the whole country, like from Monday to Monday, all around the clock you're working?
These parents are busy. African parents are
Which
busy.
parents?
African parents are busy. They can't be giving money. They can't be giving emotional support.
No, this one I strongly disagree with you. It's not the African parents might be busy, but at least they have time.
They are busy looking for money. There is no money. They are busy looking for what the family will eat. You are asking them to come and be building emotional connection. Who emotional help? Who feeling help?
I'm so glad that even if we are debating it here today or we are talking about it here today, our parents are really, really improving. I would say that they are parents.
I think.
They are really improving because now sometimes your mom look at you and he sees you are emotionally down and he wants to talk to you. He or she raise up a comment, be like, hey, P, what's wrong?
Yeah,
today
I
you are
think
not
much
you.
closer.
What is going? Yeah. So I think the parents are really seeing that, because they are letting us be. We are now making the wrong decisions, the wrong choices, going into drag, going into things that are irrelevant. You understand? They are now trying to build that connection. Even I think the parents are the one now trying to build the connections.
Because
you understand?
they have to build it, because if you're a parent and you don't build this connection with your kids, just remember the society is there for them, waiting for them to embrace them.
Yes.
And what's up with you today? What happened to you today? My mom got you. Your mom got you angry. I got a stick for you. Come on, I'll relax you.
Smoke and calm down.
Smoke and calm down. Don't worry.
Yeah, after here, some
show did go there, go to you.
Do you know how to dance?
Don't worry. You don't even know how to.
Even if you don't know how to dance,
they will dance for you.
And you get that kind of, even they give you free they give you free a ride. They'll be like, oh Charlie, even if you don't have transport, we'll pick you, because
that one it's called lap dance. Relax, we shall be right. So they'll give you free lap dance.
So from the first podcast, we want to say shout out to the parents, because I think they are really trying to adapt and try to enclose with their children to find out what is really going on in their heads. Because when you see your child down and you really want to find out, it really shows that African parents are really, because yes, they are really concerned.
Do you think they are concerned now?
Yes,
they are concerned now. They're trying. I like that one. They're trying. They should try other. African parents should try other, because when you don't try other as an African parent, you feel it's just all about responsibilities. You feel because you're bringing food in the house and you're paying school fees and all that, buying them clothes and all that shit you think you're doing that are basic stuff, you would be missing a lot out of your children. I used to be a child. I think I'm still a youth anyway. So I grew up. I've seen adults that are, a couple of my friends and go like, I don't like my dad. I've not spoken to my mom in a couple of years. And you ask what happened. And most of the cases, it's all about, they didn't take care of me. I'm like, bullshit. What do you expect? What were you expecting from military regime Our parents came from military regime, ruling.
Yeah.
What do you expect them to go and rob bank for you? You want me to die?
Now the whole point is clear.
Yeah, you want me to die?
These people were manhandled,
They were manhandled
and stuff.
And our parents felt like the only way they could show us love is to put fear in us, so we wouldn't do something that will bring trouble to the family because they are scared of problem.
Yes,
there's a fear in them. And as kids growing up, if you're an adult out there and you feel like your parents were not there for you, please think about their age.
Oh wow! I think
look at how they were able to crawl from military regime. They crawl into 2023. Guy, let's take it easy with them.
Yes. That's a very big point.
Let's understand they are old school.
That's true.
But the only thing I feel our parents should try and do in that aspect is, if you know and you knew and you know because you are not blind that you are poor. If you are a parent, you know you are not doing well. You're not blind. If you're poor, you're not blind.
Yes, that's true.
If you're emotionally detached from your kids, from your family, as a man or a woman, come on, you should know. It's your emotion. You know where it is.
Yes.
Pull it back. I still feel that children today prefer that love, that conversation, that playful atmosphere than giving them gifts.
It's true. It's true.
I think today kids.
Yes.
I think that they want that cheerfulness from the society than giving them something. And which is what society always use in bringing them into
the society.
Into society.
Into doing
first
maybe
in
the
love.
wrong things or the right things at the same time.
First in love.
Yeah.
You're leaving the house, your parents are all like, why are you nakeding yourself now? You know you are a religious person. Don't do that. If the pastor see, they will think I'm a bad woman. But your friends saw it, they go like, man, you are 50-50.
And you get applaud for the
you are 100.
So
you build trust there.
Yeah.
There you build trust with the society.
Yeah.
So whatever thing that you should have shared with your parents,
you start sharing.
You prefer to share with that person that told you,
you're hot.
You're hot.
Yeah.
To add on to that, it's this more of appreciation, like appreciate your children. Like, like what you said, like no parent will be like, oh, let's go to the market. I don't need you to do all those things for me sometimes. Sometimes all it takes is just words of affirmation. Just knowing my dad knows that in as much as they're working, I'm also working in school.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, have you eaten? Like, I know it's very hard for African parents to be like, oh, my child, I love you, or such like stuff. I don't need you to tell me you love me or anything like that, but the little gestures, like the imagine when you go to the market, oh, I brought this thing for you today. Oh, you've been to school, oh, you did exams, so did you? Oh, you scored a B, okay. That is good, but you can do better. Like this.
The basic things.
So they don't mistake that good affection out there, kindness for love, and end up doing things, you know? People lack like parental love, and it's sad.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. My heart goes to those ones. Oh my God.
That's so deep.
Oh,
like
deep.
someone will just be kind to you.
And you
And
think,
you think, oh my God, he's in love with me.
You don't know the difference between kindness and love. Yes.
And because our parents are not teaching us. They're not teaching us.
No, for them, they know they love you because they be like,
responsibility is love.
I won't pay school fees for you. If I didn't love you, I won't buy you.
Yeah.
You understand?
So
that is how they believe they're showing love, because that is how they perceived it. So African parents, please, out there in the comment section, our followers, our subscribers, show love to your kids. Just be kind to them. In the morning, check on them. Hi, how are you? How was your day? Even if you won't listen, just at least.
Yeah, just pretend.
Pretend.
Just pretend.
Yeah. It's tiring, looking for, being the breadwinner is hard. That's why we're also doing our best wherever we can.
Yes. Yeah, and that's true. I'm so happy that the voice is heard today from the first podcast where people's voices are heard, because some of us, we are dying in silence with all these huge burdens. And some people don't even know that there are other kids out there that are feeling the same way they feel. But to you viewers out there, we are here to let you know that we also feel the same. But the society now lies in our hands. We can change it. And we should start from our houses, our homes. And we should learn to avoid the wrongdoings. And I think the best way for you to do all this is listening to what we've said, key into some of these things that we've said, and put your mind towards working yourself to that perfection that you want your parents to be, so that you won't end up like your parents as well. And with that way, we'll better the society. And I'm sending all thanks to Mr. Fro and the Fro podcast for bringing this light to all of us. And I believe with this light, we will all shine brighter as Africans. Thank you.
Yeah, the first podcast, you've heard the voice of the people, and there's a lot of opinions. You have your own opinions out there. And as kids growing up to become an adult, you need to understand that whatever thing you're going through right now, always share your opinions with your parents, no matter how difficult your father is. We've got technology. If the man not be person with a looking face to talk, text him. Pale, have a good morning, He knows I don't look your face. But at least I don't tell you good morning. And himself will respond, son, bad boy. Son, you are a bad boy.
That's so nice. That's true.
Let's just try and build relationship with our parents. It's very important. And as any siblings, remember your family, your parents are the first in line of your trust.
Yes.
Don't tell me you're trusting a stranger because your mom was not there for you, your dad was not there for you. Blood is thicker than water. Please always share your opinion with your parents. Whatever thing you feel, possibly any big step or difficult step you want to take in life, and your parents are alive. Lucky you. Some don't have parents. And they lack that aspect of parents in their lives.
Yes.
Lucky you. You've got your parents. Please share your opinions with them. Follow instructions and show love to your parents. Many of us don't even know our parents' birthday. Start from that place. And you want them to come and be nice with you. You want to be building a relationship. But your parents' birthday, we don't even know our parents' birthday.
Somebody said you can't have a relationship where you don't know how to rear cattle.
Just imagine. And then you meet a girl. Because you are so much in love, so much, enticed by this beautiful lady. When you are asking of their name, you're also asking of their birthday. As you are typing, saving their name, you are putting the birthday on the note of their name. So you don't forget.
Yeah.
But then your own parents will born you. You don't forget their birthday.
Long time.
You don't try. So you guys should, show love, build relationship with your parent out there, build relationship with your kids. It's very important. It's vital. It goes a long way. It helps us to grow healthy.
Yes.
Because your parents are there for you.
Yes.
You can discuss it with your parents because there is no gap between you and your parents.
Yes.
The love is there. The communications is there. The passion is there. The emotions is there. The feelings are there. When you're hurt, they feel the pain deeper than any stranger that might come into your life. And remember, this society we are living in right now. Now, when you feel gifting that they love you, it's when you can give things they are loving you. But your parents always love you unconditionally, no matter what. Good parents love their kids unconditionally. So that's what we have today on the first podcast episode of the society. We're speaking about parental guardian, how our African kids are being brought up and how African society and our traditions is affecting us negatively in that aspect. We've spoken about school system, education system, how teachers are just bombarding us with 2 + 2, 4 + 4, forgetting that this child you're teaching, telling 4 + 4, 2 + 2, and that child is not keen into what you're talking about. Why don't you just try and put those notes aside? And call this particular child and say, you sit down here. What is bothering you? It's part of your duty as a teacher.
Yes.
It's part of your duty. Don't tell me you're not paid to do that. It's part of your duty because if these kids are not emotionally stable, how do you expect them to learn?
Yes.
So you have we have a long way to go in that aspect as an Africans. This is why we are here today, the first podcast, to have our voice heard and have our opinions out there and also wait for you, audience, to see what you guys have to say. Whatever you think we didn't really touch in these topics, it's our second episode, first podcast. Come on, we are back alive. You guys, we're going to be giving to you guys bomba to bomba, back to back to back to back. This is the first podcast where your voice is heard. Thank you.